Hello, welcome to another episode of the GNPS with General Ushukela. And as always, sitting across me is my next guest, the one and only, Dando. Dando, guys.
Overseas.
Mtwetu.
Trip.
What it do, homie?
Overseas. Road 4, we're going in. All is good. All is good. Yeah.
This has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Ni kade ngilibe ngikudotsha ngikudotsha.
Exactly. uNkulunkulu into yakho beseyidalile ukuthi yenzeke. I feel like this was it's long overdue, but lesikhathi sekuyisona mfisi. I remember ngikushweba a couple of months back uthi kusedando pull up and you know it's a pressure sasangafika yabo manje sekuyisona. It's the time, it's the right time. It's a pressure to it.
By the way, it's a pressure izulu saphesheya. That's a dope track between you and Skhindi.
Showcase.
Another regular of this podcast.
Rapping taxi driver. Shout out La Perenque Montclair. Yeah.
Which is doing well still.
Showcase.
A dope video you guys put out.
Yeah, right now it's sitting on 5K views on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we dropped it in May. Yeah, so far the reception was crazy.
Yeah. And then even airplay
Gagas, we've been playing on Gagas.
Shout out to Gagas.
Shout out to DJ Lab. Shout out to T-Beck. Shout out to the movement. It's a share, you know, the support.
Like, you know, the role that T-Beck idlalayo in the hip hop game, like Dubai, dog.
Showcase.
It's unmatched. Showcase. Like, you know, because without him, like, I think about it, like, who would be plugging hip hop cats? Like Dubai on radio.
To it.
You know.
On some real. Now I'm to actually speak on it. T-Bag is an OG. I call him OG. And what they be like, who down be like OG? I'm coolest because of what he's done for the culture. Shout out to Culture Chaos. Like he's basically had a big input like Tegwin as a whole. And shout out to Wobbly too. But yeah, T-Bag when nesandla kakhulu in the movement and like if it wasn't for him, to be honest, ngabe asikho la sesikhona manje. So big shout out to Beck if it's Sikhwama saseThekwini. You know, showcase ngqamba la isapheshe
Sikhwama saseThekwini. That's official.
OG. Yeah, no, but shout out to Fitz,
yeah, but you know, Dando didn't just, you know, avela ngoba umrap. Gini mawuphuma ba. I'm sure mhlambe khona bangathi okay sharp Dando kodwa gini kunendlela abakaddressa ngayo.
Sure.
So I mean for abantu abangazi uDando ubani uDando uphuma phi?
Showcase.
Yabo.
Showcase.
Ucela usithathe nje sibuyele emuva.
Sibanike imendlela. No Dando. Dando, get that right. So Dando. Yeah, Lamontvilles Road 4, we're going into it. Yeah, so Dando kahle kahle uqhamuka qhamuke Lamont originally, like that's like mkhulu wami nogogo wami. That's where they from, sure. So from Lamont we relocated to Mlazi. You know. So we stayed in Mlazi, ngakhula naseMlazi. And then we relocated from Mlazi to Mbili. So from these places, Lamont, Mlazi, Nombili, which is currently where I am. So Dando is a rapper. If you don't know, uShukela on the trip. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I mean, growing up in all these different places, I mean, Lamont, Mlazi, okay, Amakas.
Sure.
But I can't be like fun.
Definitely. It's different.
So like how would you say mhlambe it affected you or it impacted you or it influenced you, you know, being exposed to zonke le ndawo lezi?
Showcase.
Usakhula
afethu. I'd say every scenario ngibekuyona like from early age to where I am had a different impact. Like for example, Lamont, if you go back, like indlela okuphilwa ngayo Lamont, like if you are young enough, Pumela Motum to it, like Kakichi, you know, you see a lot of things at a young age. Bonabantu Befa, you know, that's the type of things you see. I've learned. A lot of negative things have been said, but at the same time, for Tela Monte, you see the beauty. If you can but bakona faith, banobuntu, bayapil, I've learned. Back time to chabul, but at the same time, food. there's a progress ukuthi ke phela we've seen Lamonti kancane baby zodumo shout out to idandokazi you know what I mean. So it impacted me ngendlela engafani to Imlazi because I gonna move to Imlazi futhi nakhona sifike Imlazi was like sengaphi manje P12 13 isemzilayi lana yabo ngitwala ngisakeleza. So it was like a different change but nakhona fethu ilokishi liyafana ngisho ngaya kuphi there's always going to be a vibe, there's always going to be a negative, you turn into a positive but kukhulu ngifundile like chirami yokuqala actually ngayitholela Lamonti showcase grade 1 so fethu then Imlazi ngifika nakhona khona i10 yangayithola ehlala khona ehlala kaphi igama la sengalikhohla ishiyabiza kodwa futhi ngisakwazi ukulisho
ngisakwazi ukulikhipha manje
sorry but ngisayingana hayi manje so kukhulu ngakufunda naseMlazi like indlela abantu abaphila ngayo and then we moved to Mbilo
now move elani Mbilo
back in 2000 and 2000
also isikele vele usiqedile usula Mbilo
DHS ngisengila Mbilo Durban Boys High but from primary ngisemlazi Stellawood because I went to Stellawood Primary School sebebiza ngeDurban High manje
wow now edladleni mawukhula uhlala noba
edladleni mfethu well ngikhuliswe ugogo mfethu ngiyakhumbula ugogo but ushishwa wangishiya ugogo ngishiye mhlawumbe nganginawo grade 1 mfethu so ngihlala nogogo nobaba nomama because umama bewunesi so ubekhona nobaba ubekhona baba besebenza eMondi paper already unesi so most of the times bebephinde besebenze like ebusuku so ugogo was there yabo sikhulisa sifundisa imithetho kuyavuka ekseni yabo yonke into akulali umuntu akalali kuze kuphuma ilanga so you know so it was like ngikhulisa ugogo nomama nesister lami siswami because siswami had to be a mother figure at a very young age because uma ubephinde njengoba ngisho ubesebenza so yena ubesigada siqokisa yabo lord mfethu so ngikhulise ilona lesister kakhulu so shout out to lona
so usisi wakho is the only sibling on I
actually I got ama sibling 3 ngaphambi kwami I'm a last born of 4
oh shit
so isister lele ngilishoyo ibrazo kube isister futhi bese kube mini so it's like 2 itime aladlala la shay 442
eqondanisa
442 Lamontvilles road 4
even things up
la shay 4 nje so number 4 nje ingakho nami ngihlezi ngiphakamisa because ilabo road 4 so
showcase.
I'm putting on showcase
so now I mean right Ntwana you're the youngest edladleni now I presume your musical influence had to come from your older siblings
showcase
so now what are those influences
hey my bro umthwethu omdala umfowethu Sibu shout out to Sibu keep it simple actually wayejwayele ukudlala ingoma like you'll play Tupac vuka ekseni kudlala uTupac like yabo ngisemncane zishaya balo Tupac lo yabo ubaba udlala ijazz ngapha baba ushaya ibani the blues kodwa amagama but
ama Manhattans
showcase yabo nje LP khona le shandisi le LP so ngesonto yazo khala lezo ingoma lezi ejuli yabo lo you know
ukuthi
showcase ama classic abaleka amagama nje kamanje kodwa nje grew up ekhaya we were musically orientated because from Lamonti baba umdala baba umncane bebedlala nje umculo bengazi uma ufike Lamonti uzokhishwa ijazz kudlala ijazz ngesonto and stuff like that so it was always I guess ngikhule ngilalela kodwa nganganakile ukuthi I'm going with it because I was still young so as time progressed if kahamba ayibo umuntu oqala fell in love with hip hop like even equite futhi OTKZ fethu dlala mambush lalela saselela yonke into fethu from TKZ to
Omdu
Dokushebeleza
umashamplani
ngibela phezulu
yazi ukuthi ngikhumbula yabo mina ngisakhula well you and I are the same age I found that out before we started shooting
I know ngikhulile ukuthi ngishake ngebaby face
and labo I thought this nigga was 23 yeah I thought he was as old as Tiny
shout out Tiny shout out brother man
imagine Tiny khona umuntu ona 30 ngicabanga ukuthi ulingana nawe
hayi shuthi yabo ngathatha ama jeans time mfethu yabo
Yeah,
like
so I mean yabo ngisakhula mina ngangijwayela ukutape yabo
Sure.
ngangitape ngangidampa fana
showcase yeah
so yabo ngithi uyakhumbula ukuthi vele overs udampa over the radio
yakhona
so lindi iradio and then normally drive time show eyayiba edlala ingoma lezi yabo ezequiet kakhulu yabo
sure
so like Omandoza o Ata wathi sashayo omnike nike oh that was a dope sound dog
khona lo mjisa lo mina naphezulu
Makhendla
RIP ka RIP face mina ngitshela ngo Brown Dash face that's the type of yabo I always say mina iKwaito found a star yabo Brown Dash was that perfect Kwaito star that we've had in South Africa and it's so sad ukuthi his life had to be short the career yakhe but till today like monga esowethu Brown Dash kusawuyena like you know that's how good that his voice impacts abantu so
Wethu yabo Brown Dash yabo ulokhuzana lengoma le umphansi omthuzwelanga
sengimplomela abanga
ay yabo mina for mina that's the song when uBrown Dash wangitshengisa ukuthi no hayi ighost
sengifikile njengezulu saphesheya it's exactly the same bese sifikile like no lalela now this is the time yabo switch on your radio sokulalela ke manje we hear you Dando siyakuzwa Skhindi yabo Sithino yabo yeah but no shout out to ama legend if it's like they've paved the way for us even nathi sithola le ndlela esikuyona manje ukulalela it's because of laba baqala like as you say omzekezeko ozola you know
uzola
you know there's an impact to Zola
kade ngilalele umdlwembe
ekakushubile lapha
yabona ozola those are abanye abantu who play the role like to you know bring the influence of hip hop into South African music
showcase
along with the likes of Amu
showcase so shout out to
KP
Scott Camp okay yeah
those niggas and like yabo those are legends of the game those are people that paved the way like
for us
if we wanna like even nina njoba yabona the isibindi sokuthi nani let's do something different yabo singafuni ukwenza the same approach
West End
it's because of those guys yabo because njengobusho now ukuthi ibona abantu okhulu balalela
facts
yabo and that's why even no abantu abanjengo Nasty C they're at a point where they are it's because of
ama legend
the groundwork that was done by those guys
yeah
bro. And I feel like the game now needs them more than ever because we need them to come on and share information
showcase
and the things that they went through ngaisikhathi sabo and how to you know help guide you guys
ungene emlomeni shout out to Pro Kid if I feel like if it's Pro Kid was one of also abantu that ovele fethu like impact abanayo in discuss rap like how to tell a story elokishini ukuthi kunjani yabona share that light from the dark side ukuthi hayi khulekani ziyakhipha la you know Pro Kid did that to hip hop too like he had an impact you know so baningi mfethu like it's a counted list esingabasho mfethu but yeah all the legends mfethu if it wasn't for them ngaba sikho thina
uqinisile mfethu and like we have such a rich culture that we can reference from like as far as how to go about doing hip hop because iKwaito essentially if you look at iKwaito it's like it was a South African version of hip hop
at that time
you can say that
ingakafaka uShukela le Shukela no but you're right facts like it is basically the starting point of what it is today like
because even if nomubabuka the way they dress like yabo they look like they dressed how rappers dressed overseas yabo
overseas it's a pressure
now it's a pressure ngaso sonke isikhathi so I mean for you if we look at the legends you mentioned about Zola about Brown Dash who else would you mention like mawucabanga looking back and say yo this guy and this guy
showcase
bakhona
Kabelo TKZ ha Kabelo Faith Tukulu
Makesh.
ngizosho nomunye futhi kwashuba igama lakhe mfethu akahlala isikhathi eside kodwa Mkharimbe.
Oh.
Sister Petina. Yabona like baningi first like amajita abene voice and till today sisayicula ingoma zabo because of the impact ababanayo to the culture. Yabo. So but at the same time we need to respect futhi ukuthi kunabadlali bayo manje hip hop yabona abasha coming with the fresh sound, coming with the drip that are relating to isikhathi samanje yabona. So I salute past, but looking forward to the future. It's coming. Khona izinto ezizayo like njengoba ngisho usaphesheya naso sifikile manje. Abantu abaqala abalungisa igame iyashintsha. Iyashintsha usaphesheya sesifikile like it's another trip. uShukela.
uShukela. You guys are going to be dropping a video. I'm only saying this because we worked with you guys on it.
Showcase.
A video I chew.
Yeah.
Which is going to be dope, guys. Oh,
Sure.
if you're seeing this and it's already out, just go check it.
Shugel.
I mean, like, do you think what's like when we headed in the right direction as far as growing the game? You know, having infrastructure to work on.
Yeah.
Like in terms of having people shoot videos.
Yeah.
Platforms for you guys to go on and obviously interact with the audience.
Showcase. No, yeah, definitely fair to actually but shout out to you uShukela for actually giving us the platform to be seen. Because without this, so for Dando to be here, it's a blessing in disguise. So I think the platform right now it's a unique corner. And shout out for you for paving that way. We would see for the young in Zabazai. There's like let's put in the work, but yeah, like platforms are out there, so social media is out here. If you want to put yourself out there, access on I always tell my kids if you know what's okay, you're ready, go out. Because ngazihlale shalo ufina into emnandi izibole because lo saba ukuphuma. So it's all about now ukuphuma, going out there, interacting nabantu, connecting nabantu, because the universe is like that. Isebenza kanjalo. If uzophuma with the positive energy, then uzoconnect nabantu abapositive. So I'd say right now we've given the opportunities and as I said, shout out to T-Bag because these are the guys that have said to us, except for it, Nali Paul, Kichimani, I chew, as you say, videos or drop. It's hottest video. Okay, I'm not sure cool.
Well, tell them.
But it's going to be the hottest video. I chew. Like, she placed me color, I chew. She ought to be bad. She ought to be nasty. Now she is going to goon. Yeah. Look at that. Watch how she. So it's like, shout out to you for it, two brother man. brother man. Shout out to Tiny. Shout out to Giela. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tino. Shout out to Skhindi. Shout out to Amachita.
Tino,
first, like it's a big movement of Amachita just coming in and it's Bambi saying, and that's the thing. And before Lento being here, if you're doing something, I feel like we could have been in a direction before, but that shot was like, it's cut sample, man. It's all about me. I could be dope. But at the same time, if I can see umuntu yashis, if which I feel like that was not making it say
like I cannot stress it enough. We need more people shining. It's a win. So like in the bogut you're gonna be mad because somebody else wanting to tell more shine than you. It's irrelevant. Akusizi nomunye umuntu.
In fact,
pointless.
If umuntu shine. Give him applaud. Make sense. How can I help? How can I assist?
Yeah.
Obviously, I see Shugut Pella. Nigingalo yon. Kodwa like khona lokho for ukubona ukuthi okay.
Awulimali ndawo ngokuthi uncome mangabe umunye umuntu enza.
Give credit where it's true. Basho kanjalo ngesilungisa pressure. So first like yeah, you're right. Like if it's at this point I feel like we're at the good space like of growing for the culture, as long as it's sobambisana and hoping with masekuvuleka izinto we're going to be like ngesama because I feel like from this lockdown at the Sikiyona we actually risked keeping on lockdown. Can you imagine? So it was like a matter of us keeping this Usapeshe and let's see what people say. And funny enough, people gravitated towards this Usapeshe. So it's like if you're just gonna continue manje, plug in ezinye ingoma and just run with it singasama phela. You know, yeah, bengaboreki.
Speaking about ezinye ingoma zezulsaphesheya.
Sure.
You currently dropped a single, uShukela. Tell us about that. How did that track come about?
Showcase.
When did you make it?
Yeah. uShukela. It goes back. Actually, lengo masenza ngo December, if I'm not mistaken.
Last year, 2019.
2019. It was me, Skhindi, Audio Sims in the studio. Because what we used to.
Hey, shout out to Audio
Shout
Sims.
out to Audio Sims behind the Boloto. Yeah, Audio Sims on the beats, like. So we locked in the studio. Audio Sims effects. Wadlala ama beats as usual. Umlilo. Washala ama beats lampa 4-5. Kai ukuthi ayingeke la. uShukela ke lo dlala manje. So from then on, like how we work esaphesheya. It's like mhlawumbe Sims uzothi meqeda ukushaya beats, Skhindi uyabhala, nami ngapha ngiyabhala. Then we be like ekuse, lalela. Now line uthini la? Skhindi ubambe. Ekuse ngiyonqaka lo. Oh now line nami ngishaya uthini la? I know on. Esaphesheya siyahlangana emva kwalokho. Just like yabo iball. Shayulana ama pass kufike egolini sishaya igoli.
Oh, Skhindi did talk about this.
Yeah.
Where ukuthi man shaya isizulu saphesheya niyabhalelana line.
Basically
like ingoma mayisiphelele.
Showcase.
Ngeke uzosho ukuthi lengoma lo line ubhalo udani.
Showcase.
Ngoba usho Skhindi.
Showcase.
Because that's not how you guys work.
Just like I said, sabambisana yonke into esenzayo, and that's how we become strong. Yabo mesobambisana kanje. So from creating ngoma, we be back and forth with ama lyrics except la because it's not like mhlambe asikwazi ukuyibhalela individually. Sonke siyakwazi ukubhala, sonke siyagibela ku16 sigqilazi. Ayibona, don't take that away. But ukhanda uShukela, it takes a lot of minds together. And no great two minds are greater than one. So masohlangana sicabange into ezokhanda into eyi-one, it becomes even better, and that's how we make music with like ukubambisana, and then for the purpose of ukuthi ingoma ibe on nomuntu oyilalela ithi kuse babecabangeni lapana labafethu yayibona. So yeah, uShukela ke was like three of us, me noSkhindi Sims njengoba ngisho, back and forth nehook, lahlangana ihook, mina no Audio Sims yalibhala ihook kusenani yahlangana ihook, then iverse umuntu ayigijimela ke iverse it's when you have to show baba ukuthi sekelindi the crowd ekuse already asigeleke yabo. So yeah, but see yeah, and then we finished it, then we started performing ngoba kangabe khona lockdown last year December, performed it but cooler like uShukela sishap yabo. So our initial plan was to drop uShukela before iZulsaphesheya. Funny enough, but because iZulsaphesheya savele sa take over the sub, the body of the work esiyenzayo, it was like it would be fair ukuthi skip iZulsaphesheya kuqala bese sibanika uShukela yabo,
because iZulsaphesheya sobe sesindlalile
sesiyacaca
ukuthi ekuse 9 esiyenzayo.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, some people don't know this.
Yeah.
We are span.
Showcase.
You know,
Showcase.
you got a 9 to 5.
Showcase.
I mean, tell us like, you know, the logic for you, like, you know, to be in that situation. Why it's ideal for you. With fine, you are pushing music.
Showcase.
Full time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you
Span
know,
is
you
span.
span.
Ingubo ngofo yayikhahlela. Ngafundisa kanjalo. Mawuvuka ngokustage ngofo ingubo yayikhahlela. Alikela mahala. So for me actually ngikelezile futhi yabo. So this music thing to me, it's a passion. Cool.
What did you study?
I studied retail business management.
Oh shit.
Showcase. I went to UJ.
Yeah.
Sure. So ngayikhula ngahlala 4 years.
Wenza wabuya kanjani eJozi? Umrapper buya eJozi.
Hayi tipha ekahlala eGoli. Nakhona actually umculo wami wakhula khona before ngibuye ngize ngaba, because there was umfowethu ekuthiwa uCheese wase Newcastle usibusisa phakathi sibonga. So uCheese had a little studio. So mina ngidlala nebhola eceleni, so it goes way back ukuthi ngibuye ebholeni engibhorekile lengizoyenza ukufunda kumina, was like okay sharp sengiqedile sengiseceleni. Then uCheese was like ekuse Dando pull up a studio. Ne studio sincane la. Ha usho kanje, I know pull up sifike fethu. Back then umuntu ayisangayigibeli neZulsaphesheya kasagijimisa ama beat house tabaka.
Unama
Kasagijimisa ihouse.
Washaya ama vocals ehouse.
Ngangishaya ihook, ngangaculi kodwa ngangishaya ngeke ngithi saphesheya ngoba ngeke ngabe ngiganga ngaso. Like ngangisa experiment basically.
Ungasinika isample khona usakukhumbula.
Konje uphi phela. akusekho hayi izophesheya vele sayicima yonke sekugcwele izophesheya ekhanda mhlawumbe ngikushaya ngesaphesheya late
Yeah.
but yeah it's like kalentuza ke ngaqala lapho kuhlangana no cheese sishaya lawo ma beats lawo skibela ama beats then ngabuka ukuthi sengiqedile idiploma studying retail business management
Oh, nanisha ama-beats, not ukuthi wawufaka washaya nama-vocals.
awayisha ama beats in fact yena mina ngangigijima i-beats so meaning ukuthi ngangigibela phezulu kwe-beats
Wena ufaka ugaxa i-vocal.
ngikaxa ushukela njalo nje lapho fika khona kunika i-beats ngiqhubeka ushukela so ucheese wayaze kusedanda manje lana hayi lethe and these songs engiqamba manga it could have been great but I think it wasn't the best timing so when I came back eThekwini ucheese that's how distance yabakhona yabo wasala eGoli eBram and then mina sengibuya sengiqedile ukufunda ngale because I felt ukuthi fanele ngize la eThekwini came back did i-BTech yami at UT where I finished eSaltan retail and that was when I was like I'm trending as girl because this girl I actually did it for abazali you know I've always felt so given a platform of ukufunda ungayiyeki you know as much as you can have a talent kumculo but if it's hamba ukeleza hamba ukeleza because you only getting better in knowledge you know because this music thing that I'm doing now it actually helps me now to understand why I did retail business management you feel me it helps me to understand business side of things kusetshenzwa kanje because most of the time I'm an artist sijahi passion more than knowledge yabo uyazi ukuthi unengomnandi but then how do you then structure lo ngoma to become a product turn it into a product yabo lona so with studying it all comes back business management angihlele eclassini kahle for lento le uNkulunkulu engivulela indlela engisusulembe emehlweni ukuthi na into efawenza before ufike la yabo lona so it was a journey of my life so yeah shout out to UJ bayazi ababe khona leso sikhathi ukuthi hayi ngakiyinkinga
Hey man, fuck man, your story is amazing, bro.
Okay.
Because now I'm starting to see the picture differently. If it's okay, information on nayo in relation to what you are doing, yeah, and the way you guys move, yeah, you understand what it is that you're doing.
Showcase. We have to because like if you're in it with no vision and not understanding what you have, then Zofia number it's uShukela uchiki kazoshaya wrong turn yabo. So like it's a mind game land. It's like a game of chess. Make sure you to make your next move your best move. You can't just after keeping on Fire zonke ilandelana njenge step is siyakhuphuka we can only go to the top by step 1, step 2, step 3. So incwadi I wouldn't say much it's man ngafuna ubule esikoleni ngabuyela kodwa ibalekile like even outing nokuba sesikoleni all you need to do is just download PDF asekhona it's for free man so to understand the principles of business side because I'll stress Leon because music has a business side of things and shout out to Tipek if again because a lot of the times Tipek will post izinto like and mina ngoba ngiyabamba so okay usivula amehlo la ukuthi kuse kelezani lento yabo iba nalokho ukuze mase kufika lesikhathi sokuthi uthi ukwazi ukuthi ukuphethe because ayikho ebhlungu nje ukuthi awuna ama basics foundation yabo lonto but uphethe uShukela but ama foundation awekho kumanzi akuqinile so uzodlala abantu exactly
yazi ukuthi yabo lento isho nami I was reading up on ama IPs like intellectual property.
Sure.
Like how do you license something? How do you license a logo? How do you license? How do you copyright your business name?
Yeah.
And the rules and regulation and how do you get somebody to license your shit or what does it mean when somebody's licensing your shit or what does it mean to have the intellectual rights to intellectual property? Zonke lezo zinto lezo. And those things it's free on the internet. It's just at a click of the button.
Yeah.
And it's something that one could be so lazy because you're focusing on the passion.
Exactly.
Yeah,
forget to go see passion ngeke last for a lifetime. If we support with something behind them. Not to say you no plan B, have a plan A. Stick to plan A, but always have I guarantee you it's okay. I have something ezoguide le passion yami. Yabo Lord, if needs be ukuthi ngifika la ifike ngisebenzise khona knowledge ngiyayi apply la yabo. And another thing ngifuna ukisho ukuthi it's fine ukuthi even nami ngikhulu yabo not ukuthi ngumaster kahle kahle incwadi angayifuni
Yeah.
yabo lethu but kuba ngishila abazali so kangiforce funda lengene ikhanda funda uzufe yabo ushuma yabo
Yeah.
so like incwadi like even namanje incwadi ezitolo zikhona but ngeke uzuyithenga incwadi wancamela ukuthenga something else incwadi is the cheapest material you can find ezitolo but asinazi kathi ukufunda incwadi
like futhi umuntu bathi nje ngihlale ngifunda incwadi
ngizokwenza
izongisiza ngani
kanti that's where you gain knowledge like this is one book I read so igama
Dando
because igama layo but it tells you about think happy healthy and wealthy excel amthaka une PhD that shit so cursing le mpahla yangenza
we a free platform
okay
see on
yangenza le mpahla mfethu ngakwazi like understand like subconscious mind yabo like how to apply kunezinye izinto empilweni ozodlula kuzona zikubophe because zisaku subconscious mind yakho yabo ayakaphumi yabo and the more you understand how it's all in the mind that's how the universe works yonke into isekhanda like yonke into oyifunayo isemqondweni nakho like ngavuka ekseni namhlanje ngithi 1 or 2 ngifuna ukwenza but mangizovuka ekseni ngibe negative ngivuka usuku lamsela unakela yabo so it's all in the state of mind ukuthi if you want it then apply it yabo even shout out to Nipsey Hussle will tell you I used to write down the ngizenze ngosuku like 1 to 10 and once ngawenza u1 ngiyawuthika u2 ngiyawuthika u3 ngiyawuthika until ize ngifike ngisho ngathiwa kufika into ezongiphazamisa kule list fanele ngisho ukuthi nayi into engithe ngizoyenza mengakayenzi le awumancane yayibona so back to leyo nto leyo goes back to ukufunda like faith balekile
information ukuzinforma it's very vital because even if sometimes information ingafika before isikhathi usidinga ngaso so like into oyifunda namhlanje ingakusiza next year
exactly not really leyo it's not necessary ukuthi uzoyithola manje into oyifundelayo mase we apply kusasa no but yabo usune khona into oyiphethe ngesandla oyi apply in life mase kudingakala ukuthi uapply so
yeah like yabo lento isho like mina into enginokuyenza ngibuka ama documentary ne
sure
yabo because I've noticed ukuthi there's something enkulu ongayifunda from it or zabantu izinto ezenzeka empilweni zabantu it's not necessarily ngoba ubhorekile but like it's the lessons that you're looking for because impilo awuyazi ukuthi into eyenzeka empilweni yomunye umuntu kusasa kuseni ngenzeka empilweni yakho
sure
mhlambe even worse than ngalendlela
sure
so if unayo i-reference ukuthi into ekanje yakenzeka komunye umuntu and this is how they ended up nawe kuyakunikeza lokho ukuthi okay maybe nami angizama ukwenza ngale ndlela because ngabona kulesa story ukuthi kwenzeka kanje
yabo indlela ifunda indlela ibuza kwabaphambili just like that
nokuthi umuntu ngabantu so if wena ungenayo isikhathi sokufunda from abanye abantu then kunezinto ezithile empilweni ezizokushaya ubungayi avoid
sure
yabo
it's like mina going back to ngiyakhumbula first ngiphuza yabo but angisaphuza yakubhuta mo tell me certain things ukuthi kuse yeke iplug yabo and to me it was like lo mshisi indaba ngithe ngeke iplug ho temnandi kanje ngizoyeka kahle kancane yabo kusemnandi ngisaphila but then I had to make a decision of realizing ukuthi lo muntu lento ayishoyo is because ehambile indlela uyazi if I could stop this na into ezophuma yabo so 2018 this is back in 2018 when I realized ukuthi yazi kuthini ukuthi ngiyimise kancane iplug focus kulento ngisingayenza yabo and see ukuthi yini ezophuma kuyona so for me to sacrifice obumnandi lobuyana ngenze lento engiyenza namhlanje it's injabulo futhi enginayo like going into studio angiphuzi angibhemi but ngine studio ngikhiphe lento engiyithandayo ngaphakathi yabo lona yeah goes back to whatever you put inside your mind into ezophuma yabo so I watch out for into enjengalezo yabo lona yeah but bayibuza kanjani Dando uphuze okahle udlala kathi studio yabo oyishaya la bafethu kunama vows that I live and have to stick to them man yabo to guide me yabo
lento le awuyenzelanga ukuthi mhlawumbe ufuna ukuflexa noma uyenzele wena specifically for you
yeah
and if you were not somebody futhi okwazi ukulalela abanye abantu mangabe bekubonisa ubungeke uzukubone lokho
exactly
and cabanga inyuka
sure
ingakanani from the time when usashibiza
SAP mhlawumbe simnikezile angazi ukuhamba amalini afuna kodwa simsupportile. The bottom line is that imali ade sithola that we could have taken it invest mhlawumbe somewhere ezo create ukuthi sibe grand for the future mase ithatha thina sifake lapha yabo sigijimisa ubumnandi of which ubumnandi you can create it ngalendlela wena oyifunayo yabo lona. And then later on celebrate yabo. What's the point of celebrating ungakafiki la ufuna ukufika khona yabo lona. So for me celebration is like that. Uthi ngiqale ngisebenze work then when I futhi nakhona I don't think I'll ever stop because sekuqalile sekusukile, so it's just yeah.
And futhi like growth ayipheli mfethu.
Yeah.
Like yabo you set a target ufika you make the target. Mofika kuyo uyabuka uthi shit kahle hle ngisadlala. Bengisadlala. Sengifuna ukuba lapha yabo. So and then empilo ikanjani because impilo iyaqhubeka yabo. So you keep into ebalekile ngihleze ngisho ngithi as long as you want to grow in whatever you're doing. That's the position you want to be in. Ofuna ukuba comfortable. Ngoba mase comfortable you become complacent. Izinto ziyakweqa. Yabo uthola usuflopa. Kancane nje.
And that's back to ukuba sober for me. That's how it helped me ukuba sober because there's certain things I've seen that have worked in my favor because I'm sober, right? Like being in studio, namachisa like the likes of OTJ Wob, the likes of T-Bag. These people are known very late already, right? Now go down for the first time in studio, shena lama out. Yabo. Make it menga two manje kuse ungene la ushaya unginike verse. If Dando was never sober, mhlawumbe Dando isayishibizela. Dando ongeke la true pass, yabo. But because Dando was sober, I was ready like kuse isukile, yabo. No Skhindi tell Dando kichim, so I'm already knowing what kind of lap. This is the true path, and certain things he doing sacrifice. I had to stop that to see these opportunities clearly. So yeah,
and I think if we mhlambe nale information esithole scale, that's how you are able to apply it.
Yeah, apply manje. Sure.
Because you had to make a certain sacrifice.
Exactly. Ngakapha mathekeni.
Awucaba umrepa wonke.
Ngikubula kahle mfethu, ngiqede lesha idiploma retail. Yabo. I had to sacrifice ubumnandi like ngangaziwa mina ngulo umuntu lo kwazi ukuhlanganisa abantu kube mnandi yabo. So bekuzoshaya ama party guys uthi awu Dando he's the man ozohlanganisa izingane yabo vibes kodwa not ukuthi yabo I respect too much. So for me to say kulwanyaka ngegabha manje lempilo le I'm focusing on this khona ngizoqeda it worked. And likewise namanje I'm applying that same mentality le yabo ukuthi right now ubumnandi lo lento ngibeke eceleni because now umsebenzi ufanga ngikwenza. I can't afford to sleep. Yabo mina ngisakwazi because kunomuntu ongilalelayo. Uzingilalela kanjani uzophinde ngithole hawu Dando ade simbona izolo. Ejika lapha e-pre. Oh. Phuma le coat hawu Dando. Yabo so it's at that point manje ukuthi kumele the way you move it and the way you carry yourself.
Yazi ukuthi what you're saying bengikhuluma noba kanobani. Shit, I don't know who I was speaking to. But what I was talking about is bengikhuluma noNhlanhla umjita. Shout out to Nhlanhla ngijima naye.
Showcase.
Ngikhuluma ngisho indaba ukuthi like yabo mawu love or if you are a man
mawu Dando
yabo
sweet.
Empilweni you have to into ebalele you need to establish who you are and who you want to be and where are you going. And then what do you need to make sure ukuthi la lendlela yakho lozoyihamba awuzi ukuthi mawufika la uyakhona or where you want to be and then kube lulu ukuthi uvela utreke kubuze la or even below la uqale khona. So like for instance if umuntu wesilisa and you are somewhat in the public eye obviously uthola attention and the majority of your attention will be from the opposite sex. Now abantu abaningi or abantu besilisa abaningi bafuna ukuthatha i-advantage of that. Yabo by need to take advantage is obviously naye abantu besifazane bakuneza attention, so vele now you think ukuthi akuse ngi-on imini njalo yabo, and you do that and you go with the flow, whatever. But what you are not realizing is that laba bantu interacta nabo abacabangi ngendlela wena ucabanga ngayo.
Showcase.
2, to them you are not the person wena lo ozazi ukuthi uyena yabo. So if for instance if you meet a fan or umuntu othi fan yakho, leyo muntu ukuviewa ngenye indlela. Understand? So once you engage in sexual intercourse naye, the dynamics of that relationship change instantly. Yeah. And all of abaning, they don't realize that. Case in point, I got. Let's look at the situation Java no ladies ama.
Sure.
I saw the video.
Sure.
Okay. First of all, asazi ukuthi kwenzakalani. Sasingekho. But now we're at a point where this is in public. You understand? And who's taking most of the damage as far as this whole thing is concerned? It's the guy. Yabo? But isenzeka lento le usijava ngithi uyasho ukuthi hayi wamtshela ukuthi ngina intombi and sisi what hayi ku right anginankinga.
Sure.
Everything is fine. But down the line things change. Now umbuzo wami uthi wena ekujoleni kwakho awukazi ube ku situation ekanjalo ezumjida.
Ngoba ngakabi usijava ngisawudanda yabo.
Yabo.
Isijava phela ku public akalendlela yabo. Shout out to usijava futhi mfethu, you know. Ngeke ngithi sengi experience into njengaleyo, but going forward obviously I need to be.
Or you've seen something iseke yenzeka into ekanjalo around you.
I've seen abantu like obviously beba ku situation where bezotrepeka yabo. Thola ukuthi umuntu uzofika umuntu esimame yabo because they know ukuthi vele uba yabo. It's like lento mfethu, it's like a game mfethu yabo. You need to see it from a distance. Yes. Obviously igama lakho mase belibeke as a public figure,
even if bengakalibeki
Dan, sure.
Wena angithi wena njengamanje
sure
usulibekile
sure.
Ayingqondweni yakho ulibekile wena ukuthi uDando kuzoba igama elizokwaziwa endaweni ethizo. There's going to be a certain number. You are doing something ukuthi a certain number of people mabezi igama la Dando, they will embrace it. Angithi
hayi kunjalo.
So even before iziyenzeke lento, you should know ukuthi I've seen this happen to
such and
such.
Yeah.
I've seen this happen to such and such. So therefore nama ngifuna ukuthi ngiyithole sengu situation ekanje.
And to add to that point also, for me manje, I'm glad if we're raising this topic like point also, like I made a space manje empilweni yami, like relationship wise nomuntu engizwana naye. Like I'm satisfied, yeah, because I feel as if baningi abantu besimama emhlabeni, you understand, baningi mfethu ngeke futhi sibaqede. So as long as ungam respect lo oseceleni kwakho, lo osakwazi ukuthi ekufonele ekuthetha ukukhumbula
ungakabi uDando wabo
womphakathi, then mfethu uzothi musufike lapha na la sitestwa khona vele oshaka kuba ukuthi awusa understand, because vele wena ubanga stable ekuqaleni. So it's very important coming in abo njengami umuntu enginayo engimushe igama liyabiza igama lakhe, but I just recently got a baby naye yabo.
Shout out.
Recently just got a baby. Showcase okuhle igama lakhe yabo. Got it tatted on me.
Hey, to that camera. So that one day my sekhulile.
Yeah. So no buhle bapheshe okuhle. So that's when I realized life is changing mfethu yabo. I can't be playing games yabo, like there's a lot at stake manje mfethu. So I need to think of yena, think of lo muntu engimakhe naye ukuthi how would I'm basically representing them going forward manje yabo. So I need to always be sober minded yabo, watch out for those potholes, because yes, I could say I mean I got it all covered, but there's certain potholes abakufaka kuona because bafuna ukutest yabo. So pathike, as I say, baningi kubaqede, stick to that one.
There's always going to be tests.
There's always be tests in the water.
Azohleze khona, and if ungekho ready uza ngokuthi hayi wena
mina
hayi bangilinga
hayi
yabo
akukho kulinga
akukho yes kukhona
kukhona
ukulinga
siphila
but
enyameni.
kodwa ngoba uyakwazi angithi uyazi futhi kukhona before
Sure.
so umsebenzi wakho ukuthi mangabe ifika ilingo fanele kunyakaze
Sure.
ngendlela wena le kufanele unyakaze ngayo
Sure.
unganyakazi according to a situation
Yeah.
because lokho ikona ukugcina ukuthi phambili bese ithola usekhona istop
Showcase.
because right now like let's look at Java.
Sure.
I'm sorry to but it's the most prevalent thing.
Yeah, sure.
Java is for me is one of my favorite artists.
Showcase.
Yabo.
Shout out to Java.
And I respect his work.
Showcase.
Yabo. And the situation akuyo, unfortunately, he put himself there. You understand? Irrespective ukuthi kwenzakaleni like yabo angangekho angazi kwenzakalani.
We can only speculate.
We can only speculate.
Showcase.
Yabo based on the information ekhona.
Given, yeah.
But overall kimi nje ngo understand wami uSjava put himself in there because he knew ukuthi one I have umuntu and you don't need to be a scientist. Umuntu esifazane if they're interested in you from the time of ukubonana or whatever.
Sure.
Umbona na ukuthi okay une interest. Or we am approach her whatever ubona ngathi une interest. That should tell you ukuthi once walala naye lo muntu lo things will never be the same.
Showcase.
Yabo. So and futhi kune possibility, there's a huge possibility that you will not control the outcome. So why engage in the first place?
It's like, yabo, let me show. I had a conversation with Brazil. Yabo, there's certain people in Pillow, and especially about besimama uzozwana nabo, yabo. Mhlawumbe lethe umngani wakho. Bakhona ngithi ababa namantombazana abangangani. Yeah. Yabo, there's a value in a relationship. But once you break it, ngocansi sekuphelile.
Yeah.
Understand? Like basically when there's basically lo muntu osimama duzana naye kukhula tuzokuzuza just respecting umbeke from a distance uthi wena siyazwana impela siyatholana ngokucabanga and that's it. Kulo line ophela la. Awukwazi ukuza ngapha nami ngeke ngikwazi ukugcina ngize ngalapha. Kuno line ozosimisa kanje. Sigcine kodwa ngokuzwana ngengqondo, yabo. So it's those small things in fact ukuthi sometimes umuntu ulingwe inyama yabo eyithole senze into engabe uavoidile to get the better outcome ungayithola yabo because there's always a better outcome. Kulula ukuphila enyameni than uphila ngomoya. Kulula because phila enyameni yabo vele sizalwe soneni basho kanjalo eBhayibhelini. So but I think uqina yabo balele ukuthi siqine mfethu like yabo and sithola ulwazi from abantu abadala because so I also think ukuthi yabo masikhula thina sitshe ukuthi kube players the style
yona into right
ngintswephi mphethe ngane ezu6 mfethu leyo energy yakho ezikhulu iyathatheka mfethu there's certain things ezimuncayo because as indoda mfethu you possess the energy. There's a certain energy you have and you have to respect that yabo. The more energy you give out the more you pull but mozo phatha ngendlela and then we direct life and you call blessings on blessings bro.
Like yabo ukhuluma on the point of ukuba indoda.
Sure.
All those things like yabo kunezi like sinenkinga njengamanje eSouth Africa gender based violence. You know, I'm not saying ila kuphela, it happens in other places but it's more prevalent la. And if you look at like some of our cultural norms, you know, they play somewhat of a role in that. You know, kune role ethize ayidlalayo. Like let's look at something as simple as how we approach women. Like what's when ngokwazi kwakho do ikoni is there a standard way of where we are taught as young boys like growing up ukuthi ekuse umuntu esifazane approacha kanje and so ukuthi wazi ukuthi when is she comfortable to talk to you or how you have to come to her in order for her ukuthi angabi alarmed or for you to see if mangabe ngafuni ngempela ukukhuluma nawe and for you to take that cue to say hey ekuse lo muntu lo akayishayi ngalento engizama ukuyenza, so let me fucking move on.
Let me move, sure.
Yabo. And but no, akekho sifundisile.
Sure.
Like abanye lova bane habit yokuthi if approach umuntu esifazane and umuntu esifazane shows no interest, sekumele amthuke. Fusek. Ayitshela.
It goes back.
Manje ngikushele nokukushela.
Ileyo nto mfethu, like yabo angiyena uDr Phil, but ngiyayizwa into esho, and I feel ukuthi into esilimazile thina zabantu besilisa mhlawumbe ukuthi njengoba ngidengisho ubuyisikhokho umuntu amathekeni amaningi. Nenye into futhi it's like ukuba westernized ngokwengqondo, like silalela kakhulu abantu abathuka abantu besimama. Yabo, we thought it was cool ukuthi yabo, because abajisa mfethu you must understand the power of umculo. As much as ulalela, but you actually this and can brainwash indlela ocabanga ngayo, and the approach, man of approach to basically abantu besifazane just khuluma ngapha. So yabo, that's why I always stress ukuthi balekile ukuthi into elalelayo pay attention ngoba indlela ozogcina ukhuluma ngayo. Yabo, if I want to keep listening to ayika shout out to Tupac, but Tupac wayidiniwe mfethu. Tupac had anger, Tupac wakutshete, and it was reality though, yabo. But my point is, and now you'll feel as if aku right mangenza kanje
mang approach abantu kanjani,
but manje kunendlela njengobusha efanele siyifunde entsha, yabo. I feel like abantu abangasifundisa ama elders, yabo, yabo, ama obaba bethu, yabo, baba ngenze njani maku kanje, yabo, going back
but
to
even that yabona nje
sure.
Now like zikhona intwana encane no 15 ekhula around it,
sure.
Yabona nje enye into ade ngisho ngithi mina akekho ngifundisa ukushela, and futhi I knew ukuthi kumele ngisabe nje ukuthi umbuzo ngingawubuza ecela ungifundise ukushela, yabo, because the first thing that's gonna come is uhleko, yabo. It's not wrong, but like yabo, yes, lelo gama lelo
nenkwethu,
like
akwazi ukukhuluma azishapha lo nje shaya inkwethu namatanda dididi le, yeah, no futhi maningi amagama siphoswe kuona thina, especially abantu besilisa. Kuningi esifanele sikufunde, kuningi efanele sik unlearn engqondweni zethu ukucabanga, yabo Lord, ukuze sokhula futhi siye phambili mfethu, yabo. Like mina mfethu ngowesibongo sami uMasoka, yabo. So uMasoka, if you realize ukuthi kukhulunywa ngani lapho, isoka le. So understand ngizale kumndeni ukuthi uMasoka asho ukuthi veleke nezingane zayiwela, yabo. Kanti no, basically mfethu, yeah, kunendlela futhi efanele wenze ngayo, like approach of manner umuntu wesimame, nanokuthi nje mfethu njoba channel your energy in the right direction, yabo. Use it in the right direction, yabo. And kuningi esizokufunda as abantu besilisa, yabo, school, because akutufunda uzufe njoba dengisho mfethu, yabo. Indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili, if ingakwazi ukuphatha umuntu wesimame kahle mfethu, then basically mfethu I've failed mfethu, yabo. And kubhlungu ngibabona mfethu TV uzuthi usibanibani uselimele usibanibani ubulewe, yabo. But then futhi nakhona, if you look back, if you trace it, because yes, system manje, to be honest with you, it's against men. You have to see that, yabo. Yes, I don't blame it, but at the same time I feel as if umuntu wesilisa, they don't care what wenzeni wena. It's not about you, it's about her. Umthintile, oh okay, wrong, uthi uthini, uchaza uthi waqalapho wawenzani, akubalekile lokho. So I feel like, yeah, sometimes but we need to also like re-evaluate ukuthi kahle yini edala ukuthi thina sibe ne-anger mfethu, edala ukuthi silimaze osisibethu, because osisibethu we should be protecting them mfethu, yabona. But yeah,
enye into enginokuyi pick up amongst thina all of ukuthi, yabo, like it's easy to say say organize ifebe lapho, sure, until ngi refer to sis wakho or ingane yakho, bro, or uma wakho, yabo. Like it's okay to call abantu besifazane bakweminye imizi ngeyifebe, like words like it's febe, but as soon as somebody does that to those are double standards. When yini ekuvimba ukuthi ubone ukuthi ekuse wrong leyo nto le, showcase, and emele ngiyilungisa, showcase, yabo, because zonke lezo zinto lezo, it's just izinto ezincane ezenza sikhuba thina as abantu besilisa, yabo. And njengoba usho ukuthi the system is against men, the system is against men and men are against men.
That is itripping,
exactly, that is trap, yabo. Ngokungafuni ukukelezisana, yabo. Into esikhathi esiningi singama out, into esikwazi ukuyiring, it's like ekuse hey le ngifuna le ngane, or kade ngiphethe le ngane, or Yabo,
Engazi ukuthi it's a cycle basically.
Asikhulumi kanje njengoba mina nawe
sikhuluma
sikhuluma
manje.
kanje yabo.
It's basically a cycle yabo, because I ngikhulile manje nama, I went through all the stages empilweni. Khona isikhathi sokuthi ujaha amantombazane like uyazi, but manje uzojaha uzogcina lapho wajaha uzofika kuphi ngoba phela awuhleze khona. But wena uzolo ujaha into eyodwa, it's a cycle. Unifuna labantu laba, next week mhlawumbe kuzoba yilaba nalala yabo, basically umusha isikhathi. Kunomuntu okulindile ngabe wena ufocus again. Kodwa manje because baningi labantu wena uzolo ufocus kwabantu abaningi, engabe ubheka lo ukhule nalo
Ithuthuka impilo yakho.
Yabo, you were not wasting time yabo, because isikhathi siyamasha mfethu, like isikhathi waits for no man.
Even if ngathi uba umjito single, na ayikho into wrong ngalokho. I always say ukuthi instead of ukuthi yabo udlale ngeingane zabantu, why ungabi single? And then your approach is simple and straightforward. Angifune relationship. You understand? So kuba lula because akekho umuntu omunye mhlawumbe umele umkhohlise, because ayekho ozokumkhohlisa awufihlele umuntu. So noma ngabe kuthiwa indaba yakhe iyaphuma emphakathini, khona umuntu esifazane othi hayi lo bengiyuza, but ngikuyuze kanjani ngoba ngitshelile ukuthi ngisingile futhi angithandi kuba kwi relationship. Whatever yenzakalile, it was consensual, because that's another thing ebalekile yabo. Nokuthi lento leyo ukuthi umuntu esifazane maye angithi uyazi esikhathini samanje asisaphile esikhathini esifanayo. So mangabe ngo1989 abantu besifazane mabethi no, it meant yes, or that's what you think.
Sure.
That was then.
Yeah.
Njengamanje umuntu mayethi no, ngisho ngathi no, aqede lapha ahleke uhleko lude uthe no. So engqondweni yakho akclick ukuthi kuse no. No.
Showcase.
Relax.
Showcase.
Yabo. If naye if yena uno wakhe ungowona no, mlindi azakutshela hayi no, I didn't mean no, actually it's a yes.
Showcase.
Yabo.
Showcase.
So like asikho isidingo sokuthi siphoqa ama situation yabo.
Yeah, force.
Yabo. Into manje like ufuna ukuthi you must cover your bases as umjito. Because akukho mnandi ukuthi like once again I'll go back to Sjava. Like mina ngiyafisa ukuhlala no Sjava la ku podcast. But now because of isikhathi siphila kuzo, sekumele manje ngikhathazeke ukuthi if ngilethe uSjava la someone kuzoba lula ukuthi umuntu azame nami ukuthi angidicilele phansi, ebedicilela no Sjava phansi ukuthi oh lo shuthi ngoba ebiza uSjava la ku platform yakhe shuthi uyayikhondona lento uSjava accuse. Acabanga uaccuse lo muntu. Akakayi ngisho nasenkantolo and mayizama ukuya enkantolo akwenzeki lokho. Yabo, but no one is looking at that. Everyone is just like uSjava wenza ukuthi uSjava wenza ukuthi. Yet the man is trying to sort it out, but obviously no one is seeing to that. So izinto ezikanje kumele sikhulume and sibe cognizant of zone as umjito, as indoda.
Showcase.
Yabo, ukwazi ukuthi ekuse lento le kanje izongibhayizisa, so angingayenzi
to avoid 1 and 2 and 3.
Yabo, to avoid 1 and now yabo kunzima because now career kaSjava idistebhekile manje yabo, and is trying to push a new venture. Shout out to 1020 Cartel.
Showcase.
Dope music.
Showcase.
They just dropped a dope album.
Sure.
And yabo, he can't use his star power because uSjava has his star power esinzima kabi.
Namandla.
Yabo.
Awunamandla.
Now he can't use it to its full effect in order to now grow this venture, because the venture grow is going to play a huge role as far as the South African music industry is concerned, because the content abayi provide is content efana nasizulu saphesheya, which directly touch the people of this land.
Showcase.
Yabo.
Showcase.
So for me, it has become important to say on such platforms we need to bring these conversations. Sikhulisane
ngoba sisithola isikhathi sokukhulisana, kuyagijinywa, izinto ziyashesha. Siphila kwesinye isikhathi izinto digital, abantu basefonini akusakhulunywa kanje bese bekhuluma ngamafoni, so kusenda ama emojis, uyesu usuqhuma ngeemoji njengobusho, but no fethu, and lokho fanele sikuhloniphe fethu yayibona going forward as abantu besilisa. And then nathi kodwa futhi sigade like indlela esiphatha ngayo, because siyayiphosa nathi kubona, at the same time fanele nathi sikwazi ukuyiqhenya, sibuyisa ukuthi ekugcineni ngikanje ngiyayimela into engiyishoyo and ngicina la uyayibona so yeah mfethu
njengoba dusho ukuthi there's more benefits to a relationship nomuntu esifazane if you set a certain boundary and you make sure ukuthi awu cross you know whereas when mase cross lokho kuyamosha you only receive leyo nto encane le ephela nje ngaleso sikhathi futhi
chasha and manje ngise there's a bigger picture yabo
you know
so mfethu asibahlonipheni bafethu asibahlonipheni
like now see with 2020 sivele usifaka phile
corona but siyasijava ngama mask blame it on corona
you know and you guys are supposed to be turning up the stages everywhere you know like what's the plan for the rest of the year and obviously the future
for Dando going forward we dropping music yabo dropping I choose soon shout out to T-Back on the beat shout out to Celestial Mike Mlilo engoma zo drop ama visuals maybe end of this month and then emva kwalokho we working actually on umsebenzi omncane wabheki futhi lo shout out to Back isikhoma saseThekwini so uBack nje ethu uphethe ama hits esikhomeni hleli uyabuka nje okay ipe next ile no ipeluka yabo sengupha amagama okay bang
ngiyakhumbula sishutha ichum amajide ekhala ngebhaluka libethi ini dropa nini like kaze le bhaluka le ngangithi ngifuna ukutext uSkhindi ngithi kusayiskhindi kumele ngizwe ibheluka phela
azoyeza hayi ngizokudlalela namaspo no ibheluka mfethu it's me Skhindi Celestial Mike no Lot Scripts shout out to Lot Scripts kusetshenziswe lapho mfethu like amajitha nje besahlangene saphesheya sipusha nje i-movement as I said earlier on ukuthi school sibamsane because sibamsane we stronger than umuntu oyedwa so it's all about that banika nje futhi passport yapheshe yabo so yamash yaweli imfo izele passport mungenayo mungekho kule mpahla passport yapheshe fa ube nayo yabo lona ukuthi uzohamba nesapheshe so yeah it's something dope ezophuma and then uDando individually I'm working on a tape yabo I feel like it's uShukela ngibanikile ngisaphesheya ngibanikile balindeleni Dando phela usinike nathi so I want to put on for Lamontvilles as I said road 4 I feel like there's something manje kusafanele ngiyibuyile khona and show them ukuthi kuse isikhathi sokuthi Lamont manje ibonakale because i-hip hop unless mhlawumbe mangithiwa ngenza iphutha but uPro Kid used to say wase Lamont shout out to RIP to Pro Kid Lamontvilles
of course
you know what I mean Mkhize lindani Mkhize Khabazela so and leo gap till today angaze ngibone ukuthi uba umuntu osigijimelayo Lamont yabo so Dando came in this year so numero 1 it's a single off tape ya Dando ezoqhamuka so nje mfethu expect nothing but umlilo uShukela imove
with tape who else can we expect ozosebenza nabo
yabiza amagama
okay obviously siyazi ukuthi cultural chaos
yeah standard
so ubheki owabli
awubli naye khona umlilo esiwakhile kuningi but ke kule tape le amagama okwamanje ngeke ngibaphe ngoba ayabiza ngoba
bazosebenza
abiza amagama safeshe yabo but ke just know ukuthi amabutho ngihamba namabutho kuphela yabo senibabonile uCelestial uSkhindi you know all scripts so khona okuzayo kodwa futhi okuzoba nje kuzonyakazisa so expecting it mhlambe November.
Yes, where else I heard you guys and I was like, lamajita la ipiga bands Mahleke.
Okay, shout out to
these niggas jump on R&B shit.
Uyasicula ke sapheshe. uBenz Mahleke.
Yeah, if you're looking for a singer of his sapheshe, Benz Mahleke, go check his EP.
Shout out.
Zulu Slow Jam
sapheshe. We on the track.
Boy is talented.
Khona track to Oh My that we worked on Skhindi is khona into ezoqhamuka futhi yabo esoyenza naye futhi so it's like uBenz mfethu is on another level sebenze naye kakhulu last year na studio you know shaya ingoma and then it happened ukuthi kule ngoma lo ishoyo Oh My wathi bafethu ngicela le ngoma ukuyikhipha yabo ngiyithathe kube yami wathi no gijima naso sapheshe yabo
so that's like it yabo if you really want to find out what these guys are about and what they're doing and not just to guess it up, just give yourself a chance. There's 2 singles that are out. Ambo checka iZulu saphesheya. Oh, there's 3. Ambo check iZulu saphesheya, ucheck uShukela, check iChu.
Ichu.
Ne? iZulu saphesheya has a video.
Showcase.
iChu video should be dropping soon. If not dropped already, depending on when you watch or listen to this. So and then bese uhamba ulayela ipick up bands.
Issue.
Ulayele yonke futhi because then you need to hear iZulu saphesheya in a different melody.
Different siyaculela ke
Yabo.
nasla. Singena nje ngama tunes yabo nje. Shukela siya trip mfethu kodwa ngendlela futhi ayibo lonto. No umlilo mfethu like bands shout out to EP yakhe. Ayikhiphile it's available on iTunes too. So yeah, iZulu saphesheya mfethu like siyeza mfethu I remix in fact. Abantu have been crying. But abantu kanti nabafethu
Kade enye into concern yami bese ngizoyiraise no Skhindi kodwa ngathi hayi ngoba kusabhizi ngevideo iChu athi ngirelax because leyo remix le iyadingeka bafethu.
I know iyahlangana njengamanje nje sesimtholile oyedwa igama lakhe liyabiza. So bona ukuthi simisa kanjani manje uyigibela la beats kumele ushaye ngempela uShukela yabo. Inyongo kuphela kodwa nje mfethu hayi siyeza I-remix mfethu sebeyicelile and bayakhala abantu ukuthi sicela nigibele fast so ninga ngeke kuphela lo nyaka lo singabanikanga I-remix esaphesheya showcase.
Sorry guys.
Saphesheya ama technicalities amancane and go check out uShukela it's on Slicker online for download okwamanje iZulu saphesheya. The video is on YouTube. It's available on all digital platforms. Showcase.
Okay. Dando no asigoqa manje.
2
But before sigoqa
2
sike sakuxoxa ngathi mina sengiyasaba ukucela ama rap ukuthi cela sishaye nge-freestyle.
Hawu. Yamali stela samahala.
Because like I feel like sometimes angazi ngivele ngingazi I-reaction engithola ngivele ngifile ngathi ngiyaba offend yabo.
Showcase.
But ngivele ngi-understand ngoba like umrap wazi ngani bonke abantu ababuka lento bayakwazi.
Showcase.
Do they know how they don't know how good you are. And even if noma sibatshela ukuthi say hamba ulalele ukuthi iTunes.
Sure.
Asazi for sure ukuthi bazohamba beyolalela. So ila ithuba lokuthi ubaprovele ukuthi kuselalela nasi isizathu sokuthi uhambe uyilalela le.
Yes, nasi iZulu saphesheya inkosi enye iZulu saphesheya le. Shout out to Skhindi, shout out to Tino, shout out to Celestial Mike, shout out to Becky, shout out to Sazi, Renkine Monclair, shout out to Xabane, shout out to wonke ama GT movement nayas abasale ngaphandle alikhe ngaphandle nginani bafethu mthuwethu road 4 ngiyaphakamisa. Showcase so sengibaphi freestyle. Sure. I was born to be success, they were born to suck yes. Njalo mangidedela labafana bashawa istress, bayibiza ngama MC ngalama rhymes abafeel. Mina ngiforced ifame ingakheli lokushina ngiphikiwe, baqoma skinny jean engathi le game bayimpintshile. Ngihliya kakhulu mengifika e-studio bro. Amalani bayabhalela back sebezibajulukile. Mina ngisiyo umakhwapheni ngishaya into ezijulile. Angisele intwana ethukile. Ekuse ngifundile. Ngithathe nomhlaba ngushaka ngizophuma ngwinile. Buza uSkhindi, ngithi situation ishubile. Ngihliye kakhulu ngivezela umhlathi noma ijampile. Ngiyachopha intwana ngoba ngihlezi ngisibhekile. Angaze ngiphume endlini mfana kithi ngingadlile. Ngoba umhlaba uyancishana uzokushiya ulambile. Ngicabanga iphele ekhanda njengekhandlela elikhanyisile. Mthuwethu izinithe ngakwena uyabona ngiyagijima. Road 4 ngiyaphakamisa. Numero 1 is on the way.
I win.
The
man has said it. Numero 1.
Showcase.
That's his next single.
Showcase.
It's dropping.
Showcase.
Look out for it.
4.
Make sure you download it.
Showcase.
Tell the man what you think of his music. And yeah.
Showcase.
Your social media handles, bro, to that camera.
Oh, Saphesheya. No, but
give them
okay. Saphesheya. It's Dando. DANDO _ the rapper. I go rap siyawushintsha siyazinarela Lamontvilles so siyalishintsha igama. So it's DANDO _ DAREPPAR. Ayizwa lot. Then that's on Instagram and Twitter. Nakhona futhi it's Dando the rapper. On Facebook I got my page with Dando Oyimele. Then if you know me way back Unjabulo Masoka. So mangibamba from Brio. Unjabulo Masoka undile qo to it. But yeah.
Why, Sha?
Showcase.
Thank you.
And Showcase, before that, but I want to say shout out to you and Giela for putting us on. So you know what I mean? If it wasn't for you, so blessing on blessing, but ngakwen.
Shout out, homie.
Showcase.
Like, you guys are playing a huge role also here. Just you being sitting there. You just know what you're playing a role in building this platform.
All the time.
Yeah, bro.
All
Because
the
you
time.
just gave us great content.
All the time.
And you can watch our previous episodes, which also have great content, just like this. You can follow me on Instagram at general_Njiniela and on Twitter at general_Njini. You can follow the podcast and catch snippets. It's just like clips. Oh, that's my timer. It's just like clips, shorter clips of every episode. We have them on there, so you can just check the clip and see what we were talking about. And then you can watch the full video on YouTube. If you are on YouTube, you're watching this, make sure you do the right things here and subscribe.
Showcase.
Otherwise, thank you to all the returning subscribers. See, yeah, bo, nga.
Overseas.
Ngaphandle wenu, angilutho.
Ngaphandle kwenu angilutho nami. Esaphesheya. Shout out to amajitha prospect ngiyanibona abafethu road 4 Mathethe nani nanonke abafethu ngiyanibona erankini sazi Xabane Mli bonke mfethu mthwethu siyagijima esaphesheya hamba noyibuka le podcast.
Basha, catch us next time on the GNPS. It's been real. It's been good. Ngiyanithanda. Asha.